by Adrian Rohr. It's time now for the Hawaiian FCU starting lineup. Still scroll on the bottom of your screen. So Hawaii on the board first, just underway here on a Wednesday. Tread Rosenthal will jump serve it, and he gets it over. Turget, the setter. They'll tack out of the middle. We're going to get a net by a...
in a row. It's really tough to do. No matter who you're playing. So kudos to them.
And the serve goes a bit long in the service here. And what about the fact that it's been 40 days since Hawaii's played at home? You expect not nerves, but maybe just a little bit of an adjustment, possibly?
I'm not sure there's even an adjustment. They're just happy to see their fans again, Scott.
Adrian Rohr to serve right down the middle. Dug up by Fife, chased down by Herget. The attack from the left side, no touch. It goes wide, and a hitting error on BYU. Point for Hawaii. That error is on Trent Mosier, the opposite. He's a big guy, 6'8" senior out of Gilbert, Arizona, and transferred back to the program after going to Grand Canyon. Or again, rips that one. Herget, he'll go in the middle, and the quick set in the middle is successful, putting that down. Max Phillip, freshman out of Houston, Texas.
Max Philippe actually half French, so I asked Adrian Rohr if he thinks he knows him at all, being half French, but no.
Oh, Chris, do all Americans know each other? Another set on the left side, the tip, kept the line by the Cougars. They'll back set the right side and going down the line, but hitting it wide is BYU off the hands of Connor Oldani. Oldani, a 6'5" sophomore out of Phoenix, Arizona. And get a good look at Sean Olmstead. In his 11th season with the Cougar program, he's taken them to 3 national championship appearances, 16, 17, and 21, and a 4-time MPSF Coach of the Year. That serve is shake, and that will be the first ace of the night for Hawaii. And give that one to the Bulls, Justin Todd.
And that wasn't even Justin Todd's heater. That was his changeup. And what a great serve. I expect him to serve a really hard one here now that he's warmed up.
13th ace on the year for Todd. Todd again back behind the line. Good pass. Herget will get it. They go on the right side off the double block. Kept alive by UH. They'll set it quickly on the left side. Push off the block and out of bounds. Smart play there. I believe that was Louis. You know what? It was Louis Sakanoko getting his first kill. And there's Charlie Wade in his 17th season, the all-time winningest coach in program history. So Hawaii off to a quick start. 6 serving 2 here in the opening stanza. Back to serve once again, Justin Todd, and Todd gets it over. Herget behind the 3-meter line, tossing it on the left side. Cross court, is there a touch? I believe there was, and it is. And Mosier will get the kill. Mosier kind of interesting. He started his career at BYU, and then he went to Grand Canyon. They dropped the program last year, came back to Provo.
BYU actually got 3 Grand Canyon players, and they dropped the program.
Hawaii got a couple of good ones as well, as that bump set on the right side for Kainoa Wade, and Kainoa can't maneuver it over the or around the antenna, so a hitting error, point for the Cougars. Just underway here on a Wednesday night. Jump serve again from Oldani. Rosenthal, back set right side. There's Wade. It's dug up, overpass, and eventually, no, it doesn't go down, and we'll get 4 hits called. And Travell Jordan talking about Grand Canyon. He'll get credited with the kill. So they got 3 Grand Canyons. Hawaii got 2.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take Hawaii's 2. They're pretty darn good.
Well, the 2 that Mosier and Oldani especially dropped into the outside hitting positions right away and helped out.
Hey, how about Kainoa Wade registering a kill right there? Kainoa now with 17 aces on the year. He's hitting .464, Chris, which is 3rd best in the country. Hawaii coming out looking sharp. Herget, the attack out of the middle, and that's a big, huge swing by Talon Jonathan Tufunga out of Long Beach.
He had a brother named Storm that played for BYU recently. A great pass. That time, I think that was by Fife.
As pass, one hand set, and somehow an elbow saved by Jordan. Here come the Cougars again on the left side and going cross court and knocking it down, the big Tufunga. Tufunga listed as an outside hitter and opposite. And you see his numbers so far this year.
It looks like he'd be comfortable on the football field as well, don't you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go up against him with some pads on. There's a short serve. Greenwich can't get up in time, and that will be a service ace. And 3 straight points now for the Cougars. And they find themselves only trailing by 1. They're again ready to serve way back behind the line, the high toss. And rips that one into the middle of the twine. Point Hawaii. UH up by a deuce. Your thoughts here in the sophomore out of Phoenix with the kill? Well, what did you think when you heard the NIL tournament did not come through this year, unfortunately? But Charlie Wade them had an ace in their back pocket, and it was BYU. And I told Charlie yesterday, I don't think he could have gotten a better opponent. He said on the left side, reaching his right hand up was Wade. It goes off his hand out of bounds. And another point for BYU.
I would totally agree, Scott. This couldn't have been, this is like a marriage made in heaven, a rivalry made in heaven.
Absolutely. So the fans now begin their first chant of Let's Go Bows as the Cougars have tied it up. And Chambers' serve gets over. Rosenthal in the middle. Jordan off the double block, kept alive by the Cougars. They'll go over on the left side and going down the line. And crushing that one is Tufunga. And the first lead change of this first set as the Cougars take the advantage, 10 serving 9.
What a beautiful jump set that time. Taking 2 blockers with him. Giving a one-on-one to the outside for Tufunga.
And then just throw to the outside. You got Adrian Rohr over there. He'll take care of business. We talk about Kainoa being the 3rd-ranked hitter in the country. Adrian's in the top 10 as well when it comes to hitting percentage. He is having himself quite the sophomore campaign.
425 is like a number middle attackers would have, not an outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't hear outside hitters hitting that well. And old Donnie with the kill.
Yeah, you hitting the high 300s, you're doing well in the outside hitting positions. Old Danny, look at him. Old Danny hit 450 in his last outing against Fort Valley State.
Good serve. Hawaii handles it again over on the left side, and that attack goes too far off the right arm of Adrian Rohr. Taps his head and says, my bad. Sophomore of Lyon, France.
He was trying really, really hard to go either over the top of that block or catch a piece of it. And he did neither.
Here's Herget, the setter, 6'2", out of Darien, Connecticut. Started his career at Penn State. He rips that jump serve. The passing has not been very good so far for Hawaii. There's Kainoa Wade. He misses the floor. A hitting error, another point for the Cougars. They find themselves up by a handful now, 13-10. So they weathered the early storm of Hawaii. And really the key here early has been Hawaii's serve receive, not really passing the ball that well for Rosenthal. But again, rips it. That's a better pass. Backside right side. Wade, yes, cross court. What do you think about Kainoa Wade and how quickly
what a run.
he has?
What a run he's had.
Yeah.
Amazing, huh, Scott? He's had a great summer playing with USA Volleyball, and then once he got his opening when Christian Tafrisky got hurt, he sort of made the most of it, both in the fall and in the spring here.
And there's a big out of the back row, ripping that one, Moser. You're going to hear his name a lot. He's a big, strong attacker and also the leading hitter for this Cougar squad.
Only 1 blocker up, and he took advantage.
Popped over again. Rosenthal has to get to it. He bumps it over on the left side. That one cross court, saved back row. Herget, left's going to be blocked. Rohr is going to get roofed by Moser, and we've been calling his name a ton already here in the early going.
First block of the night for the Cougars. Moser, a good pickup from Grand Canyon University.
And the serve keeps the net, gets over. Rosenthal at the 3-meter line, quickly on the left side. Sakanoko gets it down the left side for the point. Hawaii needed that one. Still down, though, by 4. As Adrian Rohr drifts back behind the service line. Rohr, a first-team All-American a year ago. The way he's playing right now, he'll be an All-American again. As Hawaii and BYU flip sides. Here comes Rosenthal, left side, tipped over by Sakanoko, but his momentum, we're going to get a back row block. Is that what we got?
No.
I thought Sakanoko went into the stanchion in the net. I think that's what happened. So the point goes to the Cougars. The ball hit the antenna. Okay, so out of bounds.
So it wasn't a back row block.
No, he had both hands up. They'll like it, though. I didn't see anything. Let's take a look at this again.
It's set just a little bit too wide. Touches some net. He hits the antenna.
Ian Little comes in to serve and immediately serves it out of bounds. That helps the Hawaii cause.
I was watching Little in warm-up. Boy, he brings some major heat. I expect that sometime before the night's over, he's going to be a factor.
Well, the scheduled server, Justin Todd, but Hawaii's going to call him to the bench. And Finn Kearney, the serving specialist out of Phoenix, will come in. The lefty, he'll shade over towards the left side. 13 serving 17. Kearney gets it over.
Forces a setter off the net.
That's what he wants. Blocked and roofed. Jordan along with Wade, though it was Kainoa getting most of that with his right palm. And I believe that's Hawaii's first block of the set. 14 serving 17. Kearney once again. Good serve, high pass up near the net. It's an overpass. And look out below, Kainoa Wade. And Hawaii now all of a sudden on a 3-0 scoring run. The Wade, who took a little off that with his swing, and it took off from him out of bounds, hitting error point for BYU. Cougars hitting an even 500, and CMAC Hawaii hitting a $125 after hitting for high percentages on the road during that 40-day trek.
Yeah, Hawaii making very few errors on the road as well. He made several of them tonight.
Sakanoko off the block, kept alive by Yates. Rosenthal goes in the middle. Jordan giving chase. One of the Cougars, they get to it momentarily, but that's it. Hawaii point. And UH now within a pair, trailing 18-16. This is usually where Hawaii kind of steps up their game late in sets as Kainoa Wade will serve. From the right side goes Frostco with that serve. It's a going overpass and knocking it down on the overpasses. Rosenthal, and it's a 1-point set here in the first. Wade, you think of him offensively, but he has become a very good weapon from behind the service line as well.
Serves off for a very high percentage every night as well. Makes very few errors.
Well, I'm sure when your dad is the head coach, and even Charlie admits he can be a little over the top when it comes to making sure the serves get in and everything. That's one of his bugaboos, and so I'm sure Kainoa heard that since he was a little kid. I don't know if he was ever a little kid. We did actually see him when he was a little kid. He's been around here his whole life. It didn't last very long. He got tall fast. All right, a little housekeeping done on the Cougar side. Here's Wade again, and of course I botchied him, and he serves it into the net.
I think I botched too, because I said he rarely makes mistakes. And there he made one.
We can share the bocce, Chris. Half for you, half for me. Trent Mosier, the serve, up by a pair. And that one takes off from him way out of bounds beyond the end line. Service error point, Hawaii. Hawaii BYU. We'll do it again on Friday. And Sakanoko to serve. A high toss. He cranks that one down for the ace. In front of the line judge had a turn away for self-preservation. And Sakanoko fools the Cougars, gets the ace, and we're knotted up at 19 here in the opening set. Cougars going to make a change. Tufunga's going to come out, and they're going to bring in another player.
Trevor Herget.
Yeah, that was the setter, right?
Younger brother,
excuse me, of the setter, Tyler. Probably for passing purposes. That one, the tape helps out. Herget goes around the left side. That one dug up, giving chase, and nowhere to go. And so it was Herget to Herget, Tyler to his brother Trevor for the point. Tyler, the senior, Trevor, the little brother. He's a freshman, even though he's an inch taller. Right? 20 serving 19. You get the feeling it's going to be like this all evening long. Gavin Chambers gets it over. One dumped over behind the back by Rosenthal after maybe not the greatest pass to him from Greenwich, but he used it to his advantage.
It's one of the advantages of having a 6'10" setter. He goes up above the net, taps it down behind his back, inside the 3-meter line. In fact, inside the 1-meter line. Tough to dig that one, Scott.
Very tough.
Even you couldn't dig that.
I couldn't dig any of them, Chris. Here's Kai Taylor coming in to serve for UH. And he gets the serve over. It's a good serve. Herget backs it to the right side. That one kind of punched over. Here come the Warriors out of the back row. Louis! And Sakanoko gives Hawaii the lead, their first lead since it was in single digits. It's been a while. Hawaii was up 8-7 at one time, and that's the last time they led.
See what Louis did? Louis hit it so hard, he felt like he hurt somebody on the other side of the net. And so he said, I'm so sorry about that.
I have to say, he might be the nicest guy in all of college volleyball. He really is such a nice guy. And the Cougars respond with a kill, tied at 21. Opening set.
This is part of Sean Olmstead's strategy. He told us yesterday in our interview with him. He said, if we can just get close to Hawaii in the 20s, we might have a chance.
Tyler Herget, he gets the serve over. Rosenthal under in the middle, and that one gets down off the hit by Justin Todd. Todd helps Hawaii regain the advantage. 22 serving 21, back behind the service line. Shred Rosenthal spinning the ball around in his hands. The setter serves it. Good serve. Herget has to backpedal. He gets it. They set the right side off the block. One hand save Greenwich. Rosenthal left side tipped off the block. Cougars punch it in the air. Here comes the attack. It's blocked back. Elbow save. And here comes UH Greenwich. Rosenthal backs at right side. Wade dug up nicely by the libero fight. Off the double block. Sakanoko. Rosenthal one hand. Pushed over with two. BYU with the advantage. They attack it out of the back row. And that one goes off, I believe, the cheek of Rosenthal, who just smiles as he walks away. But, you know, that one's got a...
Houston, Texas. Todd and Philippe played in the same club. How about that?
So he
HVA, Houston Volleyball Academy.
Probably had a little inside information right there. Backs it right side. Look out. And that one is good by Adrian Rohr. Rohr hitting out of the right side that time. Tied again. 23 serving 23. Rohr will serve. Adrian with 3 kills. Boy, only hitting 259. Right down the middle. Herget has good chase to it. He throws it up over on the left side. Tip rejected back. And it doesn't come back as Hawaii gets the double block as Wade is in on the stuff. Along with Todd, and timeout called on the floor by BYU. Hawaii with set point now at 24-23. The Cougars decide to turn it over. And Chris, you look at this weekend's matchup and BYU and Hawaii, and it brings back just so many memories in a lot of different sports, doesn't it?
You know, I remember way back to 2004 when Sean Olmstead, the coach, was playing on the winning point in the when they won the national championship here. And he still remembers that very fondly as one of the great athletic moments of his life.
All right, let's find out more with Ryan Kalei-Suji. What you got, Ryan?
Hey, thanks. Well, here on the BYU sideline, the coaching staff really encouraging their team, saying, hey, this is right where we want to be. We are in it with them here late in this first set in the 20s. One of the things they're also saying to their blockers is don't reach. Just go straight and over. Our defense can play around this block, really trying to encourage their blockers to be a little bit more disciplined. On the Hawaii sideline, Zoning Cruz, the assistant coach who has been added to this Hawaii coaching staff, spent a lot of time during that last timeout talking to the team about this BYU team. Of course, remember, Cruz, a former Division I coach here himself, very familiar with this Cougar squad, trying to share his insights of what he's seeing on this BYU offense. Back over to you guys.
Hey, thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, the Cougars right now hitting .385, paced by Trent Mosier's 5 kills on the Hawaii side, hitting .259. The leaders are both Wade and Roar, the top 2 hitters on this team percentage-wise, though. Wade flatlining at 0, and Roar only hitting a .43. Got to get those guys going.
And back to Donan Cruz. He's the one who was the architect and one of the movers and shakers in making this match happen tonight. When Hawaii found out the NIL term was over, Donan got on the phone to Sean Olmstead and made things happen.
And the serve after the timeout from Roar goes into the net, and we are going to play extra points here in the opening set, tied at 24. Back behind the service line, Max Philippe, the middle blocker, freshman out of Houston. Gets it over two-handed to Rosenthal. The attack by Louis off the double block, flies out of bounds, and Hawaii gets another chance to close things out here in the opening set.
Set point number 2 opportunity for Hawaii.
Justin part was pretty much BYU, but as we've seen many times here in the home arena of Hawaii, they chipped away at the deficit and then finally outlasted the Cougars to take the opening stanza. Good look at Trent Rosenthal right there. I bet Hawaii is glad to be back home and not in Anaheim where they thought they'd be this week, that NIL tournament. I wonder if they're going to try to do that again next year.
I bet they will. I think they'll have a longer run-up time to get a title sponsor. That'll make a big difference. Probably more pressure from those big-time teams to make some big-time money.
Rosenthal's serves were underway. The middle attack quickly hammered down by big number 17, Gavin Chambers, a sophomore out of Corona, California, and Cougars first on the board. Donnie will serve.
Chambers married to one of the great players on BYU's women's team, Claire Little.
Chase it down, attack out of the back row, easy save for Hawaii. Rosenthal in the middle, using the hands to his advantage, is Justin Todd smacking it off the paws for the point.
Both teams really trying to exploit the middle of the court. Will it be setting a back row bick, or will it be setting the front row middle attacker? Both teams are really trying to establish some presence there in the middle.
That's a tad bit too long by Roar. What do you think about that strategy?
I think it's a good one. It'll certainly make it easier for the outside attackers when the middle is really, really a dangerous place and the other team's middles are jumping to block it.
One hand save by Rosenthal, cross-court shot dug up by the Cougars. Herget gets it, bumps it up near the net, and then Louis so cautiously just taps it down, a wrist shot off the block and down.
He did a nice job of staying out of the net. It would have been easy to follow through there on the cable, and he did not. Good discipline.
There you see Sakanoko's numbers so far tonight. He's come out hot. Justin Todd. That serve is too far. Those are some of those errors, C-Mac, that you're talking about, particularly the unforced service errors that drives Charlie nuts.
Yeah, he just does not like to see the total error number to be over 8 or 9 at the most.
Two-handed up to Rosenthal in the middle, and finding a Puka is Jordan in the back row for the point. Jamel Jordan, the transfer out of Grand Canyon, of course, missed a little time early on in the year, but healthy now, and boy, he's happy about that.
Yeah, he loves being back, and he's finally healthy.
A 6'10 set, or 6'11 setter, giving it to a 6'10 middle as they attack out of the back row. Nice dig by Greenwich. Counted around by Hawaii. They'll tack it off the double block. Kept alive, pushed up to Herget. He backs us to the right side. And there's Greenwich again with the nice dig. The set in the middle, this time to Hawaii's middle. And that's Jordan, and he gets it down. So how about Greenwich?
What a beautiful dig by Greenwich. Passes it right up. Where his forearms are facing, right to the target. Fred Rosenthal didn't even have to move a step, and he gives a beautiful set to the middle.
That's a good serve by Wade. The set on the right side. That one goes too long down the line. An attack error by Connor O'Donoghue. Point Hawaii. And Hawaii now up by a pair. 5 serving 3. The Bows won the opener 27-25. Wade back to serve. Herget out of the back row again, hitting it to his left, but missing his brother Trevor. And Trevor with the hitting error. Hawaii now has scored 4 in a row, and they've doubled up the scoreboard on the Cougars here early in the second.
Great pass up that time by Jackson Fife. He's a guy you want to stay away from when you're serving. You got another one right there.
Yeah, that's another good serve. The set on the left side, no touch on the boat. They do get they say it's down in the back row, and so Moser gets the point, and the Cougars get a chance to serve it. They're serving 6. As Tyler Herget, headband and all, goes back to serve. You don't see a lot of guys wearing headbands anymore. Sweatbands. Good pass to Rosenthal. Kick save, bumped up in the air, and then that one pounded off the Hawaii block. Nice job. Moser gets the kill, but good defense by BYU. Keeping that ball off the Terraflex.
I asked Capono Faye before the game, how good are they on defense? He said, oh, they're scrappy, they're feisty, and they pick up balls just like that.
Tyler Herget shows he has good hands and good feet, and he shows he's a good server. And Sakanoko can't handle that serve. It goes out of bounds, and just like that, BYU on a 3-0 scoring run. They've tied it at 6.
Interesting that Tyler Herget gets the first ace of the night between the two brothers. Trevor was the guy that I noted in the open, the keys to the game, that I thought that Trevor might be a huge factor tonight because he's got the major heat, the 76-mile-an-hour fastball that he delivers.
And interesting, both the Herget brothers, obviously out of the same place, they're both out of Connecticut. You don't think of Connecticut when you think of men's volleyball that often. They're pretty darn good. Tyler, the older brother, floats it over. Rosenthal has to push it into the back row. It's dug up. Set left side through the block. Cut the line. From the right side, the attack by Wade. Herget. And that shot down the left side is going to fall down for Mosier. Well, when in doubt, go to Trent Mosier. He's been the guy all evening long. He's got 9 kills already.
Once again, Jackson Fife was the one who made that rally. Go with his terrific digging in the back row.
All right, we're going to get her a challenge. You see Randy Rubinall, the up official, Wayne Lee doing the challenges, and Kerwin Stenstrom and Mark Nakashima, our line judges. C-Mac, you're so good at this. What do you think?
Yep, there's a net violation right there.
Even for Wayne Lee, that shouldn't take very long. That should be a pretty quick one to figure out.
Yeah, this will be quick.
Well, let's see first. Wayne is very thorough.
I have faith in Wayne.
Wayne's been around a while.
He needs to make an early call here.
And I think
that one was so obvious.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious just on first look. So we'll wait a little bit, but we're pretty sure that there'll be a net violation called on the Cougars, and they'll just flip the score and make it 7-6 Hawaii, which reminds us to tell you that, again, these two teams meet up on Friday. Because of the scheduling of this series, it wasn't part of the initial schedule. Anybody can get tickets for the matches Friday, and we're encouraging folks to come out because all the money that is raised this weekend by ticket purchase goes back into the men's volleyball program, and in particular, and Charlie talked a lot about this last night on his coach's show, a lot of that also will go into the NIL for these players. And the call is overturned as we
And for Wednesday night, it's pretty good crowd. Lower bowl, pretty much full. And they're trickling up into the upper bowl. And we probably got, what do you think, 5,000 maybe?
Probably. I mean,
on a Wednesday night?
Anywhere else in the country, they would love to have this kind of crowd. There's a little bit of a roll shot, serve, and then the attack in the middle. And that's money for Philippe.
By the way, these are the #1 and #2 drawing teams in the country. Hawaii leading year after year in attendance. BYU #2 in attendance.
Over the serve, he goes cross court, gets that one down in front of Sakanoko for the ace. Second ace from Mosier to go along with his 8 kills. And the Cougars retake the advantage here in the second, 8 serving 7. Hawaii won the opener, 27-25. Again, they're looking for Louis. Louis handles that one. The attack off the right side is immediately rejected on the hit by Wade. Oh, man, that came back quickly. And you got to give the credit right there to the Cougars. Philippe.
It's just a solid block up front. Really got to hit high hands or very sharp cross court.
Hawaii says thank you very much as that serve goes out of bounds. By the way, the Cougars with 3 blocks to this point. And that was the first block here in the second set.
And third, service error for Mosier.
Right side attack. Cross court dug up. A set high on the left side. Roar finds the wickets. The puka in the block and knocks it down. He has become so good.
3 blockers up. He sees all 3 blockers there. He sees they're taking his cross court. So what does he do? He takes the line. Smart move.
Yeah, such a smart player. And that one put down with authority.
O'Daney.
O'Daney, yes.
His mom played women's volleyball at Missouri. He grew up playing hockey. That's the latest sport, by the way. Did you know that?
I did not. I've never.
Everybody's talking about it. After men and women beat Canada, got goals.
First time since 1980, that attack off the double block and down. I didn't realize that it had been 46 years since the U.S. won a gold medal in hockey, but I'll be honest, I don't watch or follow hockey, so. You grew up in Hawaii, not a lot of hockey going on as a kid over here.
So there's a guy named Billy Hall, who's the writer, you know?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's now a huge hockey fan.
Of course he is. Set on the left side, and right now these 2 teams are just trading blows.
A little bit like a prize fight, don't you think?
Yeah, very much. And we kind of had that feeling heading into this one. It would be like an Ali Frazier or something like that. So the Cougars with the 1-point lead. They led at times and now make it a 2-point lead on the service ace. And they're picking on Louis Sakanoko quite a bit.
Looks like he's going to go more to the sideline. He knows they're serving him, so he goes more sideline.
So O'Daney does right here. The pass to Rosenthal out of the back row. It is Louis. And Louis says, you know what? Let me get a chance to take a swing at it. He does. He's successful. Sakanoko had himself a very good opening set. He's now got 6 kills. Make that, 6 kills on the night, hitting over 500. Wally pops that one over. Herget in the middle. And that is a quick swing by Gavin Chambers.
It seems like the offenses have really woken up from the first set.
And not a lot of defensive numbers. BYU now hitting 357. Hawaii up to 364. So Hawaii actually out hitting BYU. And that serve tails long. Trevor Herget with the service error. And we're going to get a service substitution from Hawaii. Finn Kearney is going to come in to serve for Justin Todd. Did the same thing in the opening set, which Hawaii won 27-25. There comes Kearney, the lefty. Thanks that one. Herget has to backpedal, throws it up on the left side, off the block, and out of bounds. So Akil threaded that one to Mosier again, and he's got to be close to double digits now. He's got 9.
Going eyeball to eyeball against Kainoa Wade there, the two opposites facing each other. And right now, Mosier kind of having his way a little bit.
Chambers floats it over. On the left side, Sakanoko rises up, goes cross court, gets it down inside the back end line. Well, the first set, we saw 10 lead changes, or 10 ties and 4 lead changes. Who knows what we'll see by the time this one's out. And Wade kind of soft floats it over, backs it the right side, and there's no way they're going to stop that hit right there. Old Daney gets the kill. Come on out. Support for Beeman Squad. 15-13 Cougars lead here in the second set. That's a nice block back covered by Hawaii, and they'll have to free ball it over. Hawaii won the opening set 27-25, and that fight was put down by Philippe off the Hawaii block attempt. And this was about the way this match was in the first set, wasn't it, C-Mac? In the middles, BYU was kind of controlling things. It's once they got to about 19 and 20 where Hawaii kind of found their footing. Good serve. That's going to be an overpass, and Rosenthal keeps it alive. Sakanoko's going to hit it, dug up by Herget, bumped up by Fife. And how about that one? And that was Trevor Herget, I believe, right? He just kind of smacked him. That QR code and find out all the information. I'm looking forward to seeing those uniforms. It should be really nice as the attack down the right side by Wade is dug up and then tipped off the block successfully by the Cougars and Mosier. And that's 4 in a row now for BYU. They've opened up a 5-point advantage, 18-13 here in the second.
Another great dig by Jackson Fife that time. You know, he's the second oldest, by the way, of 7 children. So you wonder if they played a little volleyball in the backyard because they've got enough people for sure.
Yeah, they had a couple of B-team players as well, some reserves. Good serve by Herget, chased down by Rosenthal. Sakanoko takes a whip at it and then gets the pass back and puts it down. I thought initially that block attempt was going to go out of bounds.
How about this Kainoa Wade assist right here? He's running away, pops up with one hand, perfect set to Louis Sakanoko. How about that for some creativity?
Well, let's see if that inspires the Warriors as Louis goes back to serve. 14 serving 18. Sakanoko cranks that one just a tad bit too far. So service error, point on the board for BYU, back up by 5. So yeah, check out the floral print uniforms on Friday. If you want to pick up one, scan that QR code. That one just into the net. Getting kind of caught up in the middle of what he wanted to do was Mosier. And Hawaii says thank you very much as Finn Kearney's going to come in, or excuse me, Kai Taylor's going to come in, and he's going to serve for Jordan. It's important for Hawaii to string together a couple of points right here. We're just on the edge of the 20-point mark. Taylor, his serve into the netting. So two sides trade service errors. And the Cougars are the first to 20. 20 serving 15. And he's walking back down Jonathan Tufunga. We haven't seen him for a while. He got replaced by Trevor Herget back in the first set, mainly for passing. But Tufunga back in there, the 6'5" junior out of Long Beach. Takes that one down, saved by Hawaii. Scramble over on the left side, the attack. Off the double block on the hit by Rohr, and it carries out of bounds.
That was a good serve that time by Tufunga. By the way, he had 4 kills, no errors, and 4 tries. So it looks like he was pulled, not for offensive reasons, but for passing reasons. I expect to see him back more in this match.
He was trying to even things up after Hawaii won the first. Rosenthal gets the serve. Herget out of the back run. So successful have been the Cougars with that big set to Mosier out of the back, and Mosier again with the kill. He's now got a dozen to lead both sides, and it's a 5-point lead, BYU.
6'8", senior outside. What a catch for Sean Homestead to get a Grand Canyon transfer. Because Sean Homestead had 8 freshmen. That's a young team, 8 out of the 18 roster. It's amazing.
Yeah, you got to sprinkle in some veterans, and Mosher definitely brings that to the table.
He certainly does.
There's Roar, rainbow float serve to set left side, going cross court hard angle. And that one goes out of bounds on the hit by Trevor Herget. That's what Hawaii needs right now, for some errors. Maybe get an ace or two with Roar behind the service line. Agent cranks that one. It's handled nicely. Herget in the middle. And he goes up and putting it straight back down as Chambers. Easy point. BYU.
Herget to Chambers. Not a bad combination.
Sounds like either an insurance company or a law firm.
It was a perfect pass. Chambers doing the damage at the end. Chambers is a big guy, 6'9".
But he's not just tall, he's big. I think that's the first word you mentioned is correct, is Kainoa Wade uses the block.
Kainoa Wade struggled a little bit tonight. He just over the flat line.
Weston Todd, UH down by 3. Good serve, Herget. He'll backs at the right side, and that one put down cross court by Oldani. I don't think Hawaii has stopped the descent yet when Oldani has been swinging.
Oldani has had 15 chances to start, and he started all 15 times. He's been one of the pillars of this BYU team.
So by Hawaii. Excuse me, by BYU. And that is Jordan. And a nice set from Rosenthal. By the way, I forgot to mention Hawaii winning that opening set. That stopped that 27-set win streak by the Cougars, but they're a couple of points away from starting a new one right here.
Jordan off to a good start with 5 kills and 7 tries.
Noah cranks that one. It's going to end up being an overpass. UH will take advantage, and Wade will be the recipient. Kainoa Wade.
Move that serve around, keep it in, keep it tough. There's another chance to score.
Let's see if Hawaii can tie it, can they? Fife digs it up, and that one's going to be hit off the block. Oh, what a smart play by Mosher.
Oh, Hawaii had about a 95% chance to score there and could not. Give a lot of credit to Jackson Fife once again with some terrific digging in that back row.
Yeah, you got 2 All-American level liberos here tonight. The serve coming from Tyler Herget. Rosenthal backs at right side. Look out. Kainoa Wade now starting to get into rhythm. He had been flatlining most of the night. The set point BYU with Sakanoko behind the service line. 23 serving 24. Mishandled. Herget, he gets it. Throws it up on the right side. And that one will be lead it 1-love. And we're tied at a set apiece. Hawaii won the opener 27-25. Cougars took the second 25-23. So serving up for Hawaii, the setter Tread Rosenthal cranks that one over. Herget gets it on the left side. Cross court dug up back row. Pumped up by Greenwich. There's Roar, and it roars it off. The block attempted out of bounds. So good quick start.
There's a middle blocker in Ofek Hazan. That's come in number 16 right there from young man from Israel. I guess just to give a different look, because Hawaii's middle blockers actually were hitting 600, but maybe they weren't touching enough balls. That's why Charlie made the switch.
Yeah, you're probably right. More on the defensive side off the double block. Kept by Rosenthal. Sakanoko over to Roar. The French connection, and it goes long. But immediately all the Hawaii players say they want a touch. And I think Charlie Wade's going to say he agrees. So Wayne Lee will go over there, and we'll see how this will go. But usually when you see everybody immediately at the same time put up their hands, you kind of get a feeling they're probably right.
Yeah, more often than not. It's just a matter of whether or not the cameras can pick it up. It looks like there might have been a touch there. There might need to be the best angle there, but remember, our cameras are not the ones that are necessarily used. The What Wayne Lee's looking at are a bunch of different cameras, but that's pretty obvious right there. The first finger right there of Chambers.
Yeah, it looked like it got the hands of Chambers.
It gets bent back pretty good there. Yeah, right there.
Well, surprisingly, this is only the second challenge that we've had in this match tonight. And the first one was by Hawaii, and it was successful. We'll see. It appears that this one should be a successful challenge as well. We'll get a touch called on the Cougars. Wayne Lee does call the touch, give Hawaii the point.
No argument that time from Mr. Chambers. He's the one who touched it. He walks right back out and doesn't complain about, oh, what a rotten call.
I know you and Kanoa have talked about this before, but in some leagues, in some places, the players just say, I touched it, just to keep playing, not to have to go through a stoppage. And Rosenthal tried to take a bit off of that one. He did, but too much, and then it goes into the net.
It's like Tread looked like there was something that tripped him on his approach there or something. Like the line was painted too thick or something.
It might have been. He's got to get used to playing at home again. 40 days since the last time Hawaii played here. As Trevor Herget, nice serve. Rosenthal has to chase, back set right side. Roar off the block, but out of bounds. And Adrian Roar continues to make noise. 9th kill for the sophomore.
Roar is a left side hitter, but how versatile is he to be able to go to the right time and again and be successful over there?
Over.
No jump serve from Roar.
That left side, dug up by Rosenthal. He's going to bump it up. It's going to be Roar. That one hit over. Rat-a-tats around. Can the Cougars get it over? They can, but it goes behind the Hawaii bench. Good defense by Hawaii. UH off to a quick start here in the third set. It's exactly what I think Charlie Way wanted to see after dropping the second. Again, nice serve. Herget gets it on the right side, cross court, and that's put down by Bernardo Adams. Excuse me. Oh no, it's O'Daney. Excuse me. So Connor O'Daney.
Wade and Rosenthal both look at each other that time, like, I got it. No, you take it.
The set in the middle. Hassan with the easy smackdown.
That makes it 8 kills in the middle total for all 3 middles. They've only made 1 error. Pretty high percentage place, I think, for Rosenthal to go tonight.
C-Mac Weiss perfect so far in this opening, this third set. Rat-a-tats around. Sakamoko black back. Pushed over by Wade, he covers. They go over on the left side this time, down the line. Popped around by the Cougars, free ball. Let's see if UH can put it down right here in the middle. It's kept alive, back set right side, and that one off the block attempt on the hit by O'Daney.
What a funky rally that was. Almost like a bad ping pong match. O'Daney has the last word as he sneaks it inside the block. Block well formed, but not pressing over the net.
That's a good serve by Herget. Pass is good, and the hit is even better by Louis. Pass, set, kill. So you draw it up.
He's French, you're toast.
I love that, don't you?
What a great sign. One of the better signs.
I do like French toast quite a bit. I'll take it over waffles. Well, actually, I like waffles maybe better, but I'll take it over pancakes. Back on the back row, there's Greenwich to save it. Where will Hawaii go? On the opposite. And absolutely destroying that one's Wade, but the Cougars chase it down. Feifel free it over. Greenwich, high pass up to Rosenthal. Out of the back row. Yes. Adrian Roar and Hawaii now with their largest lead here in the third of 5.
Check out this dig by Jackson Fife down the line. He's been doing this all night long. He's basically out there naked on the line, and Roar finishes with that back row bit.
Wade's got his serving game on. They'll attack out the back row. Does it go long? No. Charlie thought it might have gone long. The up official said no, it was down. And point for BYU. And look who's back to serve. Trent Mosier. 14 kills, hitting .435. He's already got a couple of service aces. Where will Rosenthal go? He'll go on the left side. Block that, covered by Greenwich. Back set right side. There's Wade. Cougars go high on the left side. That one goes off the scoreboard. That one off the shoulder of one of the Hawaii players on that hit. Did that go off Jordan's shoulder, I believe, or was it the head?
You see it right there off Rosenthal's head.
He just shook it off like nothing. Rosenthal in the middle. And eventually, Hawaii gets the point. Travell Jordan, we talk about the Grand Canyon transfer for BYU. Travell Jordan, one of two for Hawaii, along with Greenwich libero.
Did all MPSF as a freshman last year.
You know what makes you think, though, C-Mac? Grand Canyon has been pretty good the last couple of years. All these guys are really good, and there's a really good serve by Luis Sakanoko. So good, it lands in bounds for the ace.
And he picks up service ace number 2 on the night.
Look at that break. But thinking about all the players that we have seen, and we've seen some other teams with a couple of Grand Canyon players, the Lopes would have been really good this year.
Yeah, they would have been.
They're really good. Louis really cranks that one. Rat-a-tats around. It's going to be pushed over with 2 hands. One hand save by Wade, which has it again. The attack in the middle off the double block. Fife with the diving save. Hergen on the left side, pushed over. Here comes Hawaii again quickly. Left side roll. The block by Adrian Rohr. And another very good season for Laura Beeman's Rainbow Wahine. This third step that started off to be very good for Hawaii, and it just got better with the triple block. Hawaii leads by 7. They're on a 4-0 scoring run.
You could tell that I think Hawaii knew that BYU was going to go to their go-to guys. They loaded up in the middle. You got 3 blockers up to stop the go-to guy, Mosier.
Both teams still hitting for just a crazy percentage. Hawaii hitting .438, C-Mac, and the Cougars 403.
Yeah, but in this set, Hawaii hitting .529, and the Cougars hitting .230. There's the difference.
Yep, absolutely. And Hawaii's come out with much more purpose here in this third set after the intermission. Hawaii won the opener 27-25. Cougars took the second 25-23. And there's a heck of a serve handled by Fife somehow. And then the cross-court shot.
By the way, that was a 73-mile-an-hour heater by Luis Sakanoko, and Jackson Fife popped it right up. It turned into a side out for BYU. Look at him pop that right up.
Chris, how
center
good,
didn't have to move very far.
how good has he been tonight, Fife?
Oh, he's been really, really good. And I think Quentin Greenwich is also it's not quite as spectacular, but Jackson Fife has had to come up with some big digs tonight to keep BYU in this match.
Servicer gives the point to Hawaii, floated down the right side by Sakanoko. They go cross court. Excuse me, was that? No, that was Jordan who served it. And a kill for BYU. Mosier still leading the way with 14. Oldaney now has 9 kills, second on the team. Only player in double digits for Hawaii, Adrian Rohr. He has 11 kills, and there's going to be an ace. Line drive serve. Hawaii couldn't handle it. Oldaney gets the ace. And the point for BYU. This is the first time of the 3 sets, at least, where it hasn't been back and forth early. Hawaii jumping out to the lead right out the gate.
Oldaney with his second ace of the night. Serving it to the middle of the court. That's the toughest spot to pass off jump serves, is the guy who's passing in the middle of the court, because he's got 2 seams, one in his right, one in his left, a lot of territory to cover. Looks like Adrian Rohr's moving over a little bit, and Quentin's moving over a little bit just to help Louis out.
The Cougars are very capable of erasing this lead very quickly and running into the stanchion and falling down. Fred Rosenthal going after that errant pass, and that's another ace, another point, 3 in a row now for BYU. And CMAC, all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and it's what, a 4-point lead for Hawaii. It was much larger just a couple of moments ago.
It was 12, wasn't it 12-5 at one point, the largest lead?
7 points, only had a 7-point lead. Now it's down to 4, but you get the feeling that this is how it's going to be till whenever this match ends.
Yeah.
So he flips the tape. Rosenthal, left side. Roar off the double block, kept it alive. Bumped up on the left side. Cougars go cross court. Greenwich, 2 hands it to Rosenthal. And down the line. Roar, yes! Adrian Roar.
Adrian Roar, after a slow start in the first set, is definitely warming up. Look at that line shot. It's it hard and down the line sharp. That might have gone out, but he caught the digger and got the point.
Rosenthal into the net. Hawaii on the night. They do have 5 service aces. Rosenthal, back set, right side. Just take it. No attack out of the right side. Dug up by Sakonoko. Rosenthal in the middle. Net moving all around. And we'll get a net finally. Stevenson, the kill. The net was moving all over. 25-23, and Hawaii has led from start to this point, up 15-10 in the third. The overpass, Wade off 5. Kevin Chase is hurting it and can't get it.
Set with no errors in 9 tries. He's got almost half of Hawaii's offense here in this third set.
Takes a bit off of that serve. Herget, backs at the right side. Puts it with 2 hands. Roar digs it up. Over on the left side. There's Louis. And we get a touch called. Yes. Hawaii up by a touchdown on BYU now.
That location wasn't ideal for Louis, but he just is so creative. He makes the most of it and turns that ball off the outside blocker's hand. Looks like there might be a challenge here.
So I believe this is the first challenge by Sean Olmstead. And it is. We're talking about the attendance numbers during one of the breaks up on the Jumbotron. They showed the overall attendance numbers so far. To challenge the touch, see what happens. But Hawaii leading the country. They've drawn over 50,000 so far this year. BYU was second at just under 38,000. So, I mean, that's a lot of folks to watch volleyball in Provo and Honolulu, that's for sure.
I think the differential is going to be just grow because Hawaii's got so many great home matches coming up. Pepperdine next week,
yes,
in the Outrigger tournament, and then 4 Big West matches. This place will be rocking all spring long.
There are no give-me's the rest of the way. All right, C-Mac, let's look at this. What do you think?
I think it's off the forearm. It's a graze, but I think it changes direction right there, and that's why I think it'll be called a touch.
I'm with you on that, which means it probably won't. But you look at the way the ball, could be the way he swiped it. As you mentioned, the officials have a different system that can look a little closer, better pixels than what we have. And Wayne Lee, so far, he's been 2 for 2 when it comes to the challenges, at least 2 for 2 according to Chris McLaughlin, because he agreed with both those calls. We'll see if C-Mac.
I should say Charlie Wade is 2 for 2 in challenges. Not me. I got the camera here. It's easy when it's slowed down. But that one, I think, got the forearm and changed direction. Normally, I think Wayne Lee's used to looking at fingers getting bent back. This one was hitting lower, the lower angle. Therefore, he's got to look at the forearm having an effect on that play. And I'm not sure that shows up as well because it's more of a change in direction that happens.
All right, we're all going to find out together. Yep, they're going to say, and he did. He actually pointed to the forearm elbow area, as you mentioned, C-Mac, and even though pleading his case across the way is Tyler Herget, Wayne Lee is going to say, nah, I saw it. He's going to still complain, or at least challenge or give his thoughts.
He just protested too much.
So Adrian Rohr to serve, Hawaii up by 7. That's a crank. It's an overpass. Dug up on the hit by Wade. They go in the middle, and that one smacked off the hands of the Hawaii block by Chambers. So quickly the ball going on both sides, and eventually Chambers with the kill. And Chambers, for doing such a good job, he gets to go back and serve down the left side. Greenwich is going to set it high on the right side. Wade dug up back row. Herget, they'll back out of the back row. And that'll be his brother, Trevor, with the big set kill. Hawaii is perfectly content right now if they could to just trade side outs up by 5. Cougars have other thoughts in mind. They have yet to lead this one. Hawaii's led from start to now. Serve, good pass, and letting it go was Rosenthal. Oh, he fooled everybody, including me. Let me tell you, jumps up and doesn't do anything.
Add me to the list too. When he dropped his arms, I was shocked. I thought he was a tip it over or two-hand pushover to do a power dink, and instead he takes his hands away and fools everybody.
Oh, that was terrific. Well, we saw a pirouette by Louis in the first set. That play right there. Come here, you'll see everything. That pass is shanked. Good chase down by Herget. Unable to get it over the net is Mosier. And Hawaii 19-12 here in the third set. Hawaii hitting .481. You were talking about the errors that Charlie Wade doesn't like. Hawaii with only one hitting error here in this third set on 27 attacks. And there's a serve by Finn Kearney who sneaks in and he gets the ace.
Finn Kearney has become the super sub. Mythical serving prowess.
Jesus, I agree. See what Finn can do again. Cranks that one. Herget on the left side and put down for the Cougars. Mosier. We haven't called his name as much here in this third set as we did in the first two. We called his name a ton. Hawaii's kind of taking him out of the game in the third.
And he's got 15 kills now, hitting .400.
Yeah, that's not bad. Herget serving to the net. (21-13) Hawaii. And Kainoa Wade is having an off night by his standards. He does have a couple of service aces. I probably should have waited before I said that. And he has a service error right there.
He just seems a little bit off his game, as James Anastasios was talking about. Maybe just a little bit out of rhythm, out of his groove.
As Mosier gets the help of the tape. Drops in front of Greenwich for an ace. So Mosier, who's been quiet, all of a sudden making a little bit more noise. That's his third service ace of the night to go along with his 15 kills. 15 serving 21. And that time Mosier helps the Hawaii cause into the bottom of the net.
I think that might be his 5th service error.
Both teams come in riding 9-match winning streaks. Hawaii ranked 3rd, BYU ranked 6th. We serve. High set. Mosier blocks back. That's a Herget. And Herget's going to try to joust. He's going to lose. He tried to punch it off Rosenthal, who rejected it with his right palm. He wins the battle. Hawaii wins the point. UH 2 points away.
What a nice move by Trev there to push the ball back into the court and not get tooled, not get maneuvered by the attacker. Instead, he pushed hard and down.
Louis tosses that one really high, takes a lot off of it. Herget to his brother. That is Trevor from Tyler Herget. And a point. Mentioned Tyler, the setter, the older. He's the senior. Trevor, the outside, is the little brother, though an inch taller. He's a freshman.
Trevor's the one who touches 11-8. Did his to your mission in Idaho, of all places. Loves wakeboards, water skis, scuba diving, and fishing. He should live over here.
No kidding. Great fishing here. Back set right side. The D set for Wade. And Kainoa gets the kill. Hawaii now with set point here in the third. As we're going to get a serving substitution. Checking in Kai Taylor. He'll serve for Travell Jordan. Hawaii won the first. BYU took the second. 24 serving 16. Taylor back behind the right side. Fans clapping. And that one is an error. Seen a lot of service errors tonight, haven't we? At least it feels that way. 12 service errors for BYU, 10 for Hawaii. Well, that is quite a bit.
It's so hard to come in as a sub. You've been sitting around for an hour, and all of a sudden you're asked to serve set point.
And that serve goes long, and on the service error, Hawaii takes the third set by the score.
They haven't been as accurate as they normally are.
No, I agree. And despite that, when you've got so many great players around you, Hawaii's hitting 452 for the match.
Well, yeah, and you also got to look at, he set him to a 452 number, but you got to look at his 33 assists. That's 11 per set. That's like among the nation's leaders. If you average 11%, you're setting some pretty good volleyball. So I suspect that he will get even better in this fourth set.
By the way, earlier we were talking about siding out. We had, I think it was a Hyundai head-to-head siding out. I looked to see what Hawaii sided out for that third set, and I think you said if it's 72% or more, I think is what you said.
Yeah.
I looked at it's 72%.
Yeah. Yeah, they were pretty efficient. Only one hitting error. Roar had 6 kills, no errors in 8 tries. So that's the kind of numbers that Charlie likes.
Rosenthal serves to get us underway. The set on the left side. The put down by Trevor Herget. All right, C-Mac, obviously the Cougars have their back to the wall. If you're Hawaii and BYU, if you're Hawaii, how do you close it out? If you're BYU, how do you force it to a fifth?
Yeah, well, for BYU, I think they've got to serve tough like that.
Right
Oldani served well all night, and they need more of his type of serving to put Hawaii out of rhythm and out of system. And I think that they could be blocking a little bit better as well.
Keep in mind, BYU did not lead at all in that third set. They already got a 2-love lead. They backs at the right side. The block is waiting. Kainoa Wade along with Ofik Hassan. Big block by 2 big guys.
He's probably the oldest guy on the team and the youngest guy on the team blocking together there.
That's probably true. Adrian Rose done pretty well behind the service line. Herget quickly on the left side. Nice dig in the back row. Hawaii gets it over. Chance for the Cougars once again. Herget's brother takes it over the double block and down. That's wonder how many thousands of times those two have done something similar, with Tyler giving it to Trevor, who gets the kill.
Yeah. Herget to Herget. Now he goes back to serve, and he's the one that got probably the stronger arm, hits it harder. That one was 64 miles an hour.
Greenwich handled that pretty well, and Sakamoto finishes it. Quentin Greenwich he's not a flashy libero. He just is steady, consistent.
Yeah.
You almost don't notice him sometimes.
Yeah, he's right place, right time. Very accurate in his in where he locates his passes so that Fred Rosenthal doesn't have to move too much. There you see his numbers for the year, two digs per set. And he's got a couple of half of an assist per set.
He knows he's on television.
I think he does. I think he does. He's not camera shy.
No.
Young man from Hamilton, Ontario.
I'm sure he's not happy with the two hockey outcomes that you were talking about around the back row. And that is Herget again, Trevor.
Well, he gets up. You can see why he touches 11-8. He got some good springs.
Well, Tufunga started the game at left side. Herget came in like late in the first set and pretty much has been out there the rest of the way. Good kill for Hawaii. Kainoa Wade will serve. Lechi Hu. I tell you what, there's no other place in the country that has the sign game as the fans in Hawaii. When rat-a-tats around, it's going to be an overpass, block back. Hawaii has it. Quick set to Sakanoko, two hands down the line. Herget bumps it up near the net. The Hawaii blocks there, but it can't form. And the kill for Herget.
I think it was Mosier.
Was that Mosier? Okay, yeah, Mosier.
He is so creative in his shots as well. He's got 3 blockers up, and he finds a way to chisel it off the end blocker, Rosenthal. He's just been so good all night long. Mosier now with 16 kills, hitting .407. 3 service aces. All-around game.
Hawaii kind of kept him in check in that third set. He was tremendous in the first two. High set left side. Sakanoko off the block and out of bounds. Pounds it off the hands of O'Daney. Louis now up to 13 kills. Or make that a dozen kills. Hitting an even 500. He's been around that all night long.
Yeah, he's been really steady.
Hawaii leads 2-1. Louis. Herget in the middle. Dig in the back row. Greenwich keeps it alive up near the net. The attack block back forward. Hawaii will go in the middle that time. And there's Travell Jordan with the put down.
Jordan with the big smile. He's known as a guy who loves to celebrate in a very humble way. But you remember, I'll never forget the first of the year when he started. He smiled all night long. He was so happy to be in this gymnasium and play in front of all these people.
He kind of smiles, and Kanoa touched on it a couple of weeks back, or I just wondered that. Now there is an ace. Louis Sakanoko in the fourth. But yeah, Travell Jordan, he's just a happy guy. He's always smiling. Why not? He's in Hawaii. See if Sakanoko can follow that one up. He almost does. Herget under it. Back set right side. Cross court. And again, there's that guy Mosier. Trent Mosier. Got to keep an eye on number 13. Don't want him to start heating up if you're a Hawaii fan. 17
kills. He's been so good all night long. Matt Worley, the coach at GCU, certainly had an incredible lineup. That it's too bad he didn't get to play there last year, as you said earlier. And Mosier, one of the key guys in that lineup. And Sean Olmstead, very lucky to get 2 pin hitters out of that GCU lineup.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because Grand Canyon started getting things rolling and obviously some good players, but Hawaii says, thank you, we'll take it. Set, left side, and dug up. On the right side, that is Kainoa Wade again. Well, Kainoa Wade may be starting to warm up as well. At times, he started looking like he was going to get more and more like himself. Kainoa now with a dozen kills, and all of a sudden, you look, he's hitting .308. Off the block, and then down in the back row on the hit by Trevor Herget.
And the battles in practice apparently have been really good between Kainoa and Christian Chatruski.
Yeah, it's almost like you feel like, can you find a way to play them both, but then who would you take out? And where would you put them both? In the middle. Ovik Hassan. I like him. He's just a guy that shows up, doesn't show a lot of emotion. He works hard in the gym. Getting some playing time here.
3 years in the Israeli military, so he's on the older side of this team.
He's also pretty tough, obviously. Rosenthal's serve goes long. Hawaii won the opener 27-25. Cougars countered with the second 25-23, and it was all UH in the third 25-17. Hawaii up by a digit here in the fourth, and that serve takes off from O'Daney way out of bounds. Two teams will hook up again on Friday. We'll have it for you here on Spectrum of Sports beginning at 6:30. The game on presented by Bank of Hawaii. Reminder, come on out. Tickets available, lots of them. And the money that is raised this weekend, there's another service error. The money raised this weekend goes to the volleyball program and in particular to the NIL for the team. With the NIL tournament falling through, Matt Elliott, the athletic directors, Charlie approached him and they agreed. So, whoa, don't think I've seen that go off the post. And it went about 10 rows behind the end line upstairs. And that just kind of tells you how scary that guy is when he serves.
Referee Rudy, or Randy, in trouble.
Yeah, Randy Rubinall, he's a tough dude too because he didn't even act. And there's a block. Terrell Jordan in on it. Along with Kainoa Wade. Hawaii up by 3 here in the fourth, leading 2-1. Target, back set, right side. Out of bounds off the hit. Connor O'Daney with the kill.
O'Daney, the other outside pin hitter from GCU.
And he's actually from Phoenix, too. So he didn't have to go too far initially. There's an overpass. Chance for the Cougars. They kind of, what are they going to do? They're going to have to free it over. Communication breakdown, Hawaii. What will they do? They'll get the kill from Louis. Sakanoko off the palms of Chambers trying to dig it up in the back row. No chance.
See what Louis did afterwards. He raised his hand over his head like that was over the top. You guys need to jump higher. Watch his hands right here. Yeah, I just hit it too high and hard for you.
Okay. Rip with the serve. That's going to be an overpass and pushing it off the hands of Tyler Herget is Louis Sakanoko. It's the Sakanoko show right now, and Hawaii up by 4.
Even though Hawaii's on a bit of a run, Sean Olmstead will not call timeout here. I believe he's waiting for the 15-point media timeout.
He's a guy that's been here more than once.
Yeah.
He realizes that. Some coaches don't. Good serve, Herget. He goes quickly left side, and that will keep it within reach for BYU. Mosier gets the point, 11-14.
Yeah, you got to remember Sean Olmstead, 4-time MPSF Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
And he was one-time National Coach of the Year in 2014. So, yeah, he does know his way around the sideline.
He's also coaching
after a slow start.
Yep, back to another typical Kainoa Wade type of a night. Served by Louis, the set in the middle. Elbow save. They will switch it. They will. And how about that attack with the block waiting? Mosier in on the block. Why not?
That was difficult for Kainoa to get around that one.
Yeah.
That was a really solid block. One of the things that BYU perennially does well.
Always have been very good at blocking. Mosier serve gets over. Out of the back row, swinging. I think what happened, it looks like Louis might have jumped a little too early in mid-air, try to switch from his right to his left, everything. He has been impressive. And Mosier back to serve. He cranks that one, gets the overpass. He'll handle it. Pushes up to Herget. And then Mosier will attack out of the back row. Brennan bumps it up, will block back. What will Rosenthal do? He will take it himself. Smart play, I think, right there by Trevor Rosenthal. His third kill on the night. Hawaii back up by a deuce.
Great ad-lib swing here by Rosenthal. Goes up, gets one blocker up, and he clocks the other Herget, Tiger, his counterpart on the other side.
Kearney in to serve, backs it right side. The block lands just out of bounds. Give O'Daney the kill. Serving 16. On the left side, Rosenthal, right side attack. And does he get it in? He does. Had to wait for the line judge. Kainoa Wade gets the kill. And I think we're going to get time called. And yep, BYU wants to challenge that one. So far, C-Mac, you have been perfect on these challenges. We'll have to wait a moment, but we do need to acknowledge the passing of a longtime BYU broadcaster, former player, Steve Vail, recently.
Yeah, Steve Vail passed away in September. A great volleyball analyst. I've admired him for years. 20 years he was behind the mic there. Did a great job with BYU TV. So we'd like to send our condolences and shout out to his wife Jennifer and all 6 of their children.
Yeah, just a big part of the BYU volleyball community, and BYU TV, they do such a great job of promoting the sport, and particularly, obviously, of the BYU volleyball matches. So we send our condolences to the Vail family and the Cougar family as well. So we'll take a look here and see what Wayne Lee has decided. And the point will stay with Hawaii. So the call stands. Hawaii up 17-15 here in set number 4.
I think that he's lost 2 challenges now, so he's only got 1 left.
So get an extra one if they go to a 5th, correct?
There's a challenging game. I think Charlie's winning.
Charlie is winning.
He's made 2 successful challenges, and Sean has made 2 unsuccessful challenges.
Receive not handled well. Have to be freed over. The chance for the Bows. Rosenthal left side, cross court, yes.
Offensively got better. Their side out percentage